WandaVision kicked off a new phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it is safe to say that the new phase started off with a bang. It exceeded expectations, and let me tell you, I had a lot of expectations. Wanda Maximoff has been one of the strongest and most underrated characters among the Avengers for years, and at last her story was told in more detail, well, hers and Vision's stories of course. But today we are focusing all our attention on Wanda. This is WandaVision Scarlet Witch Best Power Scenes. This probably goes without saying, but here's your warning anyway, there are huge spoilers ahead. Before we get started, please remember to hit the like button for this video, then while you are here, why not subscribe to our channel? And if you turn on the notifications, then you never have to miss a thing. Wanda had some incredibly powerful moments even before WandaVision. She's always been one of the strongest characters in the Avengers. Even before she joined them, she showed just how powerful she could be. She had a moment in Avengers Age of Ultron where she was controlling all of the Avengers' minds. They were some of the most powerful beings on Earth, but here one woman was manipulating all of them. It was incredible to see, and one of the first times that we really saw just how powerful Wanda could become. So when she decided to walk over to the good guys, it was great. We all like it when good conquers evil, and with her abilities, it was a relief to see her join the team. But Wanda has lost everything. Everyone she has ever really loved is gone. So at the end of Avengers Endgame, it is completely understandable that she's in a pretty dark place. This creates the ideal situation for Wanda to fully become Scarlet Witch and to have some of her most powerful moments ever. How about the moment where Wanda sends Monica as Geraldine back to reality? Wanda opens up to her friend Geraldine about the loss of her twin brother Pietro. Monica uses this opportunity to try to get through to Wanda. She breaks character and reminds Wanda that Pietro was killed by Ultron, but instead of helping Wanda snap out of it, the reminder just angers her and she sends Monica back to reality outside of the walls of the Hex. The ease with which Wanda does this is just really impressive to see. It shows a lot of pent-up emotions and a lot of power that is kept bottled up. It just starts showing us just how powerful Wanda is becoming. It also shifts the series and helps tie the series back into the Marvel Universe, instead of this sitcom world we have been in. Another incredible moment is when Wanda expands the walls of the Hex. At this stage in the series, Vision has started to catch on to how things really are, and he wants to go outside the walls that Wanda's Hex has created. The only problem with that idea is that he doesn't exist in the outside world, so he starts to dissolve. Billy senses that something is wrong and runs to warn his mother. That is when she expands the walls so that Vision is safely back inside her simulated world. This also does trap some more poor people inside, but it is really cool to see how easily she does it. But it is pretty scary too. She expands the walls so easily, what would stop her from just carrying on and completely covering the world with her Hex? She could make sure her family is always safe and that no one would ever take them away. So it is a really cool moment, but it is also a moment that we can feel just how dangerous Wanda could become if she completely loses all her constraints. What is grief if not love persevering? I know this isn't a moment that shows Wanda's physical and mental power, but it is one of the most powerfully emotional moments out of the entire series. And isn't that really what she is trying to do? She is hurting so much after she lost Vision that she needs to find a way to continue. And I guess when you're an extremely powerful superhero, then one way to do that is by creating an entire town to play out your fantasy. She gets her love back and gets to see how it would have been if they had the opportunity to create a life together and to create a family. It is this moment that really shows us what is driving Wanda. She wanted to go retrieve Vision's body after the blip, but Howard refused to let her have him. Then she just takes matters into her own hands and goes past all the security measures to see his body. The way she pushes away all the barriers easily and almost just walks through shows just how powerful she is. She's always been strong, but it is like her grief has made her much stronger than she has ever been. And without the love she has for Vision, all her own barriers are destroyed. So she could become anything. In the end, she doesn't feel Vision when she touches his body. So she leaves it there and goes to a place that she might hope to be able to feel him. When she creates the town, we learn that Vision had bought them a house lot in Westview. The plan was to live there happily ever after. Then Thanos and the events of Infinity War and Endgame happened, and they didn't get their happy ending, and again Wanda was left all alone. In her grief, she creates a house and an entire town to live out her own version of the life she wanted with Vision. She creates a Vision from her memory to live with her and to raise a family. And while creating this seemingly perfect life, she puts a hex on everyone inside the walls of her spell. It was an incredible moment in the show, a moment that would have completely worked in any of the Marvel movies. It looked so cool. But besides that, it showed just how easily she can manipulate that many people all at once while also creating an entire world that she controls. It was incredible. When she touches the Mind Stone, in a flashback we get to see Wanda in training. When she finds the Mind Stone and touches it, it creates a giant flash, but instead of being killed from touching the stone, Wanda becomes more powerful. So this is amazing. We know just how dangerous the stones can be. All the stones combined were the power that helped Thanos snap half half of the universe's population out of existence. But even before that, we have seen how powerful each stone is. So it is an important moment to find out that there was a part of the stone that became a part of Wanda when she touched it. Especially since all the stones are now destroyed, it might become very important during this phase of the MCU. And it is also how she has the power to bring Vision, who was powered by the Mind Stone, back into her fantasy world. The final battle. The entire sequence was incredible. Really, the entire episode felt like a short version of any of the Marvel movies, and also like it had a budget to match. But the final fight scene is really awesome. Wanda has become incredibly powerful. She has completely embraced her powers and is able to defeat Agatha easily. At the same time, inside that moment is the moment Wanda becomes Scarlet Witch. We have known that Wanda would become Scarlet Witch for years, so it was awesome to see her fully become the Scarlet Witch at last. She even has her new suit and everything. It was an awesome transition, and it really was the moment that all Wanda's years in the MCU have led to. But I don't think it was the most powerful moment in the series. The one that comes next, when Wanda and Vision say goodbye. This was the closure we all knew was probably coming, but we really wished wouldn't. Just one more moment that the Marvel creators have ripped our hearts into pieces. We knew that neither Vision nor the couple's twin boys were actually real, so when the fantasy would end, they would end too. The rest of the town would return to their normal lives, but Wanda's family would disappear, leaving her all alone again. But knowing it didn't make the moment any easier. Wanda and Vision put the boys to bed and then said goodbye. It was heartbreaking, but in a sense, it was also the closure that we all wanted. Wanda never got to say a proper goodbye. Now, she had her moment. But this is Marvel, and they do like to play with our emotions, so they did give us a little bit of hope. Wanda and Vision promises each other that if there is a goodbye, there is always hope that there would be another hello again. Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has just begun, so we don't know what their future will hold for them. But as one of my favorite couples in fiction ever, I hope there is a way for them to find their way back together. So, is Wanda the most powerful Avenger? I definitely think she is at least one of the most powerful. She might not be as physically strong as some of the others, but she has incredible abilities. She can control matter and control people's minds, and now she has embraced her new identity as the Scarlet Witch. She is stronger than ever. The only question now is she actually an Avenger anymore? Does she turn evil? She has also lost everything in her life and has a lot of trauma, so she must have some serious issues by now. And during the movies, and especially in WandaVision, it was Vision that kept Wanda from going completely dark. So, left on her own, will she allow her dark side to take over? I don't know. Wanda is set to appear in the next Doctor Strange movie, and during the final post-credit scene, the Doctor Strange theme is playing, but a darker, more sinister version. Could that be a foreshadowing of things to come? Marvel never does anything by accident. I can't wait to find out. Thanks for watching.